Hello guys, Pierce here to help you with the Season 4 opening round in Bahrain. So first of all, I want to wish you all a great season on both tiers. We have, for Season 4, we have two PlayStation only tiers, and I'm sure you all will have a great season. Before we start, I want to warn you about two bugs on time trial for those of you who like to practice here. So you have to cater for this. One of them is that if you choose equal performance, it seems that the session will begin with realistic performance, even if you have the F1 World car, which is strange. But if you go to the garage track and car selection menu, you will notice that the default option is realistic. So my advice would be to begin the TT and redo your choices in the garage menu and confirm you want equal performance. The other bug, not so serious, but it seems that if you're not going to a fastest lap, even if you do one sector which is better than your current record, on the game it will mark as red, but on the map you'll see it as purple. So nevertheless you have the times on the after you finish the session. You have all the times of your laps, including the season theoretical best. So for this one, unlike what we are used in video games, where level 1 is usually something to ease you up into the game, not here. Very difficult track, very difficult and tricky track, and you will indeed have a hard time finding the correct balance. So basically, you have to bet on traction. This is a track for getting the power down as soon as you can, and for that you'll need a setup focus on traction. If you strip arrow because of the long straights, yes, that can work too, but it will be much harder to do composed laps over and over. So my advice would be to test it. You should test both setups and see what you think you'll be able to pull off. Um, a biggest a bigger arrow approach will make it harder on the straight, but it will also make it possible to counter on the very first tricky corners. Okay, let's begin the lap. So, right at the start of the lap, this section will most of the time ruin your efforts. This is very, very hard. So, the trick here, I think it would be to work with short shifts. So, you have a very hard braking zone, and you can brake when the curve begins. At the 100-meter board, you're gonna risk overshooting it, and you have to kind of let the car glide into the apex. So you have this very hard braking, then you start trail brake, and to nail the apex, you kind of have to let it slide into the corner. The hardest part here is not the corner in itself, it's the exit. You're gonna struggle a lot in the exit, especially to prepare turn 2, and this is where short shifting will help you a lot. I do this first corner in third, then I try to feel the rear becoming stable and the power getting down without snapping, and at that moment I will upshift again to fourth gear and try to return to full throttle as soon as I can. Full throttle on T2 is possible, but I can't do it. I don't have the skill to pull it off, but it's possible. When you are trying, you will definitely notice that it is very hard to return to full throttle before T2, but if you can do it, you will indeed get the utmost performance on the lap. Okay, so first DRS zone. I actually haven't upshifted in this lap. I notice it now, but it will be more safe. I think I didn't upshift because I wasn't feeling the car tractioning properly, which is something you should avoid too. If you're not feeling the car tractioning, upshifting will make you even slower. Okay, for this one, a lot of corners in Bahrain, you have more gains on getting there into an extended gear than upshifting to 8. This will also help you with the downshifts. One less downshift may actually mean a faster lap time. So here, even if the engine is screaming, I keep it on 7th gear. Try to take your car to the left as much as possible. This area is very stable. You can ride it without any problems, but without invalidating. Braking can be done after the 100-meter board, and you will be downshifting from 7 to 4th. And once again, just like the T1, remember the gliding advice. Try to glide your car around the corner, and as soon as you pass the apex, focus on getting the power down. Bahrain is all about getting the power down. Okay, this next set of corners will be highly influenced by your aero configuration. High aero will allow you to run this with more risk. Lower aero will have you compromising. Try to go to the left as much as you can, almost as if there is no left corner. So you kind of want to do a straight path into that small left corner as if it doesn't exist, but without invalidating, to prepare for the right one. You will downshift to 5th, throw it into the apex, and the exit is actually safe. You can return to the throttle, upshifting to 6th, and you want to focus on doing the left turn flat. However, you have a track limits hazard here. If you don't nail the racing line, you will pass the track limits on the right turn. Okay, so next corner. Keep it like this, going straight. This is like reverse turn 10, but or better, opposite turn 10, but easier. You will brake, then you start trail braking at the same time as you turn the car to your right, but this is actually easier than turn 10. However, the technique is pretty much the same. I do it in 3rd gear. Once again, the return to the throttle here is crucial but hard. If you overdo it, the rear will snap. So you have to feel the grip returning, and only after that you'll be able to punch in the throttle. Okay, one of the hardest corners in all of the calendar, and where you pretty much are doomed to mistake at least one or two times. Um, my advice here would be, if you are not confident, then you have to accept that you'll lose some time here. But it's better to lose time than try to break later than you should, and you'll mess up the corner entirely with track limits hazard, with risk of spinning, and also with the added risk of getting a poor exit and leaving you vulnerable for the DRS zone. So usually the advice here is you have a previous left corner before the very hard turn 10. You have to ignore it. So you do not focus for that apex, you focus for preparing turn 10. So it will be something like this. We're gonna go here. As you can see, you have ignored this apex, and I think about this moment you will begin braking. You cannot brake too hard, because you have a tendency to start to guide the car towards turn 10, and your wheels will block and you'll mess the corner completely. I prefer to reach here in extended 6th gear instead of 7th, once again to have one less downshift to do. The corner, I do it in 3rd. You can do it in 2nd gear for better rotation, but 3rd will allow you a more stable exit. Okay, here once again, extended 7th gear is better in my opinion than 8th gear. After the 100-meter board break, you have to downshift to 4th. Be careful returning to the throttle, because this one can be a little misleading. It looks safe, but it's actually how can I put this? You will do it 1, 2, 3 times where you return to the throttle comfortably, but this will make you go earlier and earlier to the throttle, and there will be a point where you will lose your rear. So you kind of have to control your edge around this. This is let me see if I can remember this. This is a left, so you will clip that apex, return to the throttle as soon as you can, and the right turn will be done flat without many issues. Yeah, don't forget to pick up this point so you have a wider line into the right corner. Okay, this one also a similar technique to turns 8, I believe, and 10. You will start to brake, and then you will modulate your brake into the corner. You reach here in 7th gear, and I do this corner in 4th, but I think 5th actually is doable and may allow you a better exit. Please do experiment, see how it fits you. But the key here is indeed a very, very good trail braking. Okay, so final corner. Always a good place to mess up your lap and also mess up the next lap, but it is what it is. It's not an easy corner. Take it to the left as much as you can. You can ride the curbs with no great issue. You can also brake it in on top of it, Brake after the 100-meter board, downshift to fourth. I prefer fourth. Then the key here is kind of after the apex, you immediately focus on getting the car straight and pointing it into the apex. Track limits hazard here too. It is very easy to mess up your track limits on this final corner. Okay, 128.2. I will work a little more on it. I was hoping to reach the 27th, but don't think I will be able to do it. I will try. I hope this helps. I will leave the setup for this lap, but it will not be the setup I will use in the race. So when you are pushing for fastest lap and records, you will indeed prefer a lighter aero approach. But for the race, if you want to go with low aero, you will need to practice it very, very carefully. So, hope you have a great season 4, and if you have any questions, just send me a message on Discord. Cheers!